What it was Shitsumus here. Now, 2023 looks like it's going to be a really cool year for the company Universal. Because of course they also got like Focus Features movies coming as well as films coming to Peacock. So got some intriguing stuff. So I'm going to go down the list. I'll talk about the 2023 movies that Universal does come. I'm also going to be talking about movies for Focus Features because that is also a company owned by Universal, and of course majority of the movies I'm also going to talk about that's coming straight to Peacock too. So with that being said, here are what's coming out. Now, the first Universal movie coming is actually the first movie coming in the new year, and that is Megan, which I'm of course seeing this week. Fingers crossed, I enjoy it. I am so pumped for this movie. I'm hoping it's great. The trip, like the previews for this thing, looks so awesome. I mean, come on, you got Killer Doll. I love Killer Doll movies, so this checks all the boxes. I'm hoping for great things, but we'll see how this thing shapes up. All right. Also coming is a movie that's actually coming out, like still coming this month, but don't even have a trailer for this thing yet. I won't be surprised if this thing just got pushed off the release date or just go straight to So I like that recent John Cena movie on The Independent, which just came at which just slipped into Peacock out of nowhere. That could probably happen to this, but it's this new sci-fi movie called Distant. Now this is from the same directors who just gave us La La Crocodile last year, and this stars Anthony Ramos, uh, Naomi Scott from Power Rangers fame, Zachary Quino, and here's what it's about. An asteroid miner crash lands on an alien planet and must make his way across the harsh terrain while running out of oxygen and being haunted by strange creatures with the hopes of reuniting with the only other survivor. And this does sound like it'd be really cool. I mean, Anthony Ramos, I think, is a really cool actor. So I'm glad to see him gain more recognition between this and Transformers. So hopefully, this movie actually does get released, but it'll probably. I still say it's either gonna just get delayed or go straight to streaming because this will be not the first time the movie got delayed too. By the way, so yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's problems with this movie or anything, but we shall say. All right. Also, now coming out February, we got M Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin, which I'm really interested in. It of course stars Dave Bautista, and it's where during vacationing at a remote cabin, a family of three is suddenly held hostage by four strangers, demanding that they have to sacrifice one family member to avert the apocalypse. And so I'm excited for this thing. It does sound like it does sound like it'd be really fascinating. You got M Night Shyamalan coming back, who could be a hit and miss. You got Rupert Grint in this. I'm hoping it's great and not another old or another happening, but we'll see. All right, now also coming out in February is a movie from Focus Features called Of an Age, which is an Australian drama directed by Goran Shovsky, who directed that new Me Replace movie that premiered last year, which I think it was called "You Won't Be Alone" or something like that. I forgot the name of it, but the film stars Ellis Anton as Cole, a suburban immigrant in Australia who enters a brief but intense romance with Adam, played by Tom Green, the brother of his barroom dance partner Ebony, played by Hattie Hook. And the trailer for this actually does look really intriguing. I mean, of course, it does have actors I never heard of before, but it could be interesting to see. Focus Features has made some really good films before, so could be cool. All right, now one I'm excited for, and that is Cocaine Bear. Now, if you guys don't know much about this story, of this after ingesting duffel bag full of coke, an American black bear goes on a murderous rampage in a small Georgia town where a group of local and tourists must join forces in order to survive the attack. Now you got the late great Ray Liotta's in this, O'Shea Jackson Jr. You also got Eldon Ehrenreich. You got who else is in this? Oh yeah, Modern Families, Jesse Tyler Ferguson. This is literally this movie looks dumb, but I am so pumped for this. It looks really fun. Looks very gory as well. So I'm all I'm all for a Killer Bear movie. So hopefully this could be some really decent. All right. Also out. Coming in March, we got the horror thriller Inside. Now, Inside tells the story of Nemo, played by William Dafoe, an art thief trapped in a New York penthouse after his heist does not go as planned. Locked inside with nothing but priceless work of art, he must use all his cunning and inventiveness to survive. Now, this is pretty much a movie that only stars William Dafoe in a penthouse, so come on, what more can you ask for? William Dafoe, just him alone could be interesting to see. So I'm really fascinated to check this one out on premieres. All right, also is another movie now also coming in March is another film from Focus Features, and that is Champions, which is a basketball movie that stars Woody Harrelson, and it's directed by one of the Fairley brothers. I believe it's Bobby Fairley, who actually co-directed with his brother Pierre Fairley on stuff like Dumb and Dumber. There's something about married. This is actually his first time doing something solo because, of course, his brother Pierre Fairley, um, pretty much went solo with the Oscar-winning film Green Book, most recent greatest beer run ever. So I'm intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. And if you guys don't know much about Champions, it's about former minor league basketball coach who receives a court order to guide a team of players with disabilities. Despite his doubts, he soon realizes that together they can go further than imagined. And so I'm interested in seeing this. I love these type of underdog stories. So hopefully it's good. All right. Also out, we got 1001, which stars Tiana Taylor, and here's what it's about. Unapologetic and free spirit Inez kidnaps 6-year-old Terry from the foster care system, holding on to their secret and each other. Mother and son set out to reclaim their sense of home, identity, and stability in rapidly changing New York City, which yeah, I don't know if she all that likable in this. Like she literally kidnapped the kid, so is she supposed to be a likable character? I don't know, but could be intriguing though. Of course, Tiana Taylor appeared in Coming to America 2 last year. She's actually a pretty good singer too, so I'm looking forward to see like her really branching out into the film business. So hopefully this could be something decent. All right, now in April we got the big one, and that is the Super Mario Brothers from Illumination. I am so pumped for this. Especially the trailer for this. The trailers for this thing that got released. You got Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I am really excited for this thing. You got Anna Taylor Joy as Princess Peach, which is great. So yeah, I'm hoping this is great. Will we get some sequels? Who knows? Maybe we'll get a Donkey Kong spinoff. That would be cool. Maybe Legend of Zelda film. That would be interesting. But we shall see. I'm hoping for great things about this one. All right. Also, we got Renfield, which is actually more of a story of Dracula's henchman played by Nicholas Hoult. You also got Nicolas Cage as Dracula. By the way, the trailer for this thing will drop tomorrow, so keep your eye out for that. But come on, Nicolas Cage as Dracula is just that alone is brilliant casting. So I'm excited to see this. I'm hoping it's great. It sounds like it'd be really fascinating. So could be really intriguing to check out. All right. Also, coming out in April, we got another focus feature film called Polite Society, which has like a Indian cast, and it's like with the help of her friends, a martial artist in training tries to prevent her sister from getting married. Now, this sounds like it could be really intriguing. I mean, I don't know much of the actors involved, so this could be. It's always really cool seeing like new actors, getting their start here, and I'm hoping this could be really intriguing to check out. So, could be cool. All right. Also, now coming out in May, we got Book Club 2, the next chapter, which is from Focus Features, which is the follow-up to 2018's book club. And here's what this is about. The four best friends take their book club to Italy for the fun girls trip they never had. When things go off the rails and secrets are revealed, their relaxing vacation turns into a once-in-a-lifetime cross-country adventure. Now, this does return stars like Jane Fonda. You also have Diane Keaton returning, Candice Bergen. You also have Mary Steenburgen coming back. So I'm intrigued to check this one out. It does look really cute and charming. And I really quite like the first book club. So, I mean, if you guys don't know much about the first book club, It's pretty much about these like four ladies who decide to read 50 Shades for their book club. So yeah, it looks like there is some 50 Shades references, but it's not all about 50 Shades this time. So could be interesting. See. All right, now the big one, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a massive hit in 2023, and that is Fast X. Now, I really quite like the Fast and Furious franchise, so I'm looking for, like, of course, the Fast and Furious movies are Universal's money maker film. So I'm looking forward to see where they're gonna take this new one too. This is supposed to be one of the final installments, so we'll see. Let's be real. If this movie makes a billion, we're gonna hear more Fast and Furious movies coming because it's all about family, right? But of course, you got some new additions appearing too, like Brie Larson supposed to be appearing in this, Rita Moreno, Jason Momoa is playing the villain. So I cannot wait to see this thing. Word has it that the trailer is that should be shown during the Super Bowl, so makes sense there because the Fast and Furious trailers have always been shown during the Super Bowl. So I'll be surprised if this thing doesn't. But anyway, all right. Now coming out in June is a comic I'm really fascinated with. It's an R-rated animal comic called Strays. Now here's what it's about: an abandoned dog teams with older strays to get revenge on its former owner. So yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be rated R, like a rated R movie with talking animals. Maybe like an R-rated version of Doctor Dolittle, I'm guessing. But this could be really fascinating. The voice talents, of course, includes the likes of Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx. You also have Will Forte's supposed to be in this. Isaac Fisher, Randall Park. So I'm really pumped to see this one. Who does not want to hear dogs cursing? Come on. So hopefully this could be cool. All right. Also coming out in June, another focus feature film, and that is Wes Anderson's Asteroid City, where like world-changing events spectacularly disrupts the entirety of a junior stargazer slash space cadet convention. Now the cast of this is insane. You got the likes of Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Margot Robbie, Jason Schwartzman, William Dafoe. Bill Murray was supposed to be in this, but looks like that's not happening. But I'm really excited for this thing. You got Wes Anderson, who's made some really terrific films over the years. Great cast involved. I cannot wait to see this movie when it premieres. I mean, Wes Anderson never fails. Never really fails to deliver a great cast here. So could be interesting. Of course, coming out July is made my anticipated film from Universal, and that is Oppenheimer with physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who works with a team of scientists during the Manhattan Project, leading to the development of the atomic bomb. Now, you of course have the likes of Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr. You got Matt Damon's in this. You got some really terrific cast members. So I cannot wait to see this movie when it premieres. I'm hoping it's great. It is my anticipated film of the year, so should be interesting. So yeah, I'm really pumped to see this when it premieres because it's Nolan. I mean, his only film of his I was not a fan of was Tenet, but he's of course made some great other stuff. So hopefully this will be his best one here. All right. Now, also coming from Universal, we got The Last Voyage of Detmer, which is also a Draco-based film where, like strange events before the crew of the merchant ship known as Detmer as they are stalked by a dark presence. And of course, this is supposed to be the ship that is carrying Dracula's coffin. You supposed to have Corey Hawkins in this, David Dashmalkin. I cannot wait to see this movie when it premieres. It sounds really fascinating. Uh, this is gonna be like the year of Dracula, so hopefully this could be super cool. All right. Also coming out in August, we've got a untitled film with "Please Don't Destroy," which is of course, if you guys don't know, "Please Don't Destroy" is the new group on SNL who are really hilarious. And if you guys don't know much about the story here, it follows three friends who live together, and when they realize that they don't like their life tragedy, they set off to find a gold treasure that is rumored to be buried in the nearby mountain. And you're supposed to have some other cool cast members like Conan O'Brien's supposed to be in this, Bowen Yang. So I cannot wait to see this one. Judd Apatow's the producer on this. So could this be the next Bros? Who knows? I'm really excited to check this one out when it premieres. All right. Also, now coming out in October, we of course got David Gordon Green's The Exorcist, which is of course about the father of a possessed child desperate for help goes in search of someone who has similar experiences, who is of course Chris McNeil, played by Ellen Burstyn from the original film. Now this is supposed to be a whole like sort of like what David Gordon Green did with Halloween, making like a straight sequel to the original Exorcist. This is supposed to be set for like a whole new trilogy, so I'm intrigued to see where they're gonna take this new Exorcist film to. Leslie Odom Jr. is supposed to be in this as well. So I know there are some people who were not a fan of David Gordon Green's Halloween movies, but I'm intrigued to see what he's gonna do with this new one. Like the original Exorcist movie is a really classic one, so I cannot wait to see how he's gonna shape this new one up too. All right, now coming out in November, we got Trolls Band Together, which is the third installment of the Trolls franchise. Now, of course, the first Trolls got released in 2016. Was really awesome. Very surprised. I did not expect that should even be all that great. Then, of course, Trolls World Tour came out, which okay was good and everything. But if you guys don't remember, Trolls World Tour is a movie that sort of pissed off lots of deer owners. That's right. If you guys don't remember, Trolls World Tour did got released around when like deers closed and the pandemic happened and everything. And of course, Universal didn't have a choice, so they decided to like just release this thing straight to VOD, which they did not tell the deer owners they were going to do that, and that pissed the deer owners off. And yeah, that you don't do that, but I'm glad that despite everything, we are getting another Trolls movie because I really quite like the first two films. So I'm looking forward to see where they're gonna take this new one to. So of course you got Anna Kendrick supposed to be in this. Justin Timberlake's returning, so hopefully it'll be as good as the first two films. All right. Also, another animated film coming in. This one is in December called Migration, about a family of ducks who try to convince their overprotective father to go on a vacation of a lifetime. Now, this is Illumination's second film of the year, following Super Mario Brothers. Illumination has made some really cool movies over the years, whether it's like the Despicable Me films, whether it's the Sing movies. So I'm looking forward to see like a new original film from them. This sounds like it'd be really intriguing to check out, so could be cool. But that's pretty much all the films that already have release dates. Now, here are some other focus feature movies that are coming but don't have release dates. All right. We of course have Alexander Payne's The Holdover, which is a reunion of sorts that reunites Alexander Payne with his Sideways star Paul Giamatti. And here's what it's about: the disliked Deerfield Academy teacher Paul Hunnam is put in charge of supervising Angus, a smart and rebellious student unable to journey home for Christmas. Joining them is Mary, the school's head cook. Now, Sideways is terrific. So seeing Paul Giamatti reunite with Payne, I'm hoping it's great. Paul Giamatti has always been a very underrated actor. Like he's done stuff here and there, but he's not really the actor that he's always these actors that whose face you see but name you can never remember. So I'm excited to see this one when it premieres. It is one of my anticipated films of the year, so hopefully it's something good. All right, another film for Focus Features. There's Lisa Frankenstein, which this actually sounds really fascinating. It takes place in 1989 during a lightning storm. An unpopular high school girl named Lisa accidentally reanimates a handsome Victorian corpse. She then tries transforming him into the man of her dreams by using a broken tanning bed in her garage. Now, this does star Catherine Newton, who will be in the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. You also have Cole Sprouse from Riverdale fame, Carla Gugino. So I'm really intrigued to check this one out. This is actually supposed to be directed by Zelda Williams, who's actually the daughter of Robin Williams, so that's gonna be interesting to see. So this does sound like it could be really fascinating to check out. So hopefully it's something really cool. All right, now other focus features movies are coming. Um, we've got the Kate Winslet film Lee, which is the story of photographer Elizabeth Lee Miller, who's a fashion model who becomes an unclaimed war correspondent for Vogue magazine during World War II. This also stars Maren Cotillard, Andra Riseborough, Alexander Skarsgård, Josh O'Connor, and Andy Samberg. So we got some interesting cast members there. We also got a movie called Touch, which is from the same guy who just gave us that movie Beast. This is actually supposed to be a foreign film. We're like soon after the breaks of the pandemic and realizing that the clock is ticking. Christopher gets the urge to embark on a journey to try to find what really happened when his Japanese girlfriend mysteriously vanished without a trace from London 50 years ago, or 50 years earlier. So, sounds like it'd be really fascinating right there. Now I'm also going to talk about movies that are set to come straight to Peacock here. One of which is actually a DreamWorks animated film that set to come to Peacock. First DreamWorks animated film to actually get a Peacock release, by the way. So that's interesting there. Um, Now, this is a film called Meet the Gilmans. It's the story of a typical teen girl, Ruby, growing up in the seaside town of Florida. Like all teenagers, she's embarrassed by her family. Only in this case, Ruby has extra reason to be embarrassed because she's from a family of sea monsters. So, DreamWorks version of Luca and Turning Red, I'm guessing. But anyway, no one in town knows us. The Gilmans are different, but the locals choke up to them being from Canada. But poor Ruby is scared to death that someday the truth will come out. If this happened, what would become of her social life? It would be calamitous. Naturally, the truth comes out and disaster ensues. This sounds really fascinating. I mean, DreamWorks Animation has made some really cool films. I'm a little surprised that this is going straight to Peacock, but maybe they just like this movie probably won't make as much as Puss in Boots Last Wish. But hey, with the success of Puss in Boots Last Wish and even The Bad Guys, I would be shocked if they don't just release this thing to theaters. But we'll see. All right. Also coming next year, we got on Peak or this I should say on Peacock we got Praise Us, which is from the same director who did that movie Little a couple years ago. And this stars Chloe Bailey, who's actually the sister of Halle Bailey, who's going to be in the new Little Mermaid film. And it's where like youth choirs gather together for a music competition. And this is actually a movie that's been in the pipeline for a while, so I'm at finally glad it's coming full swing. I'm getting a bit of a. It definitely does sound like Pitch Perfect, but with the choir. So I think this could be some really cool. Who knows? All right, we also got the LeBron James biopic film called Shooting Stars, which is the story of LeBron James's championship high school basketball team. Now, this stars Mason Cook, Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin, Algie Smith, and Dermot Mulroney. Now, of course, usually the cool thing is you hate on LeBron James and everything, but you can't deny that he did came from a really cool basketball background, and so I'm really interested in seeing like a story about his like career and his youth here. So this could be interesting. Say, all right. Now, I'm still not sure if this is really coming out this year, but we do got The Killer, which is actually a remake of John Woo's film. Of course, John Woo is best known for Hard Boil. Of course, he did Die Hard 2. He's done some really classic, great action movies. And this is actually a film lots of directors like Quentin Tarantino, like the original film, I should say, is a film where like lots of folks like Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, will say is actually their favorite action movie of all time. Now, in this remake, supposed to star Omar Sy, and it's like I said, John Shoot, John Woo is of course actually remaking his own film here. And the original film starred Chow Yun Fat, and it's where like Chow Yun Fat plays the assassin Ya Jong, who accidentally damages the eyes of the singer Jinny during a shootout, and he later discovered that if Janae does not undergo an expensive operation, she will go blind. And to get the money for Janae, John decides to perform on one last hit. So I'm interested to see where they can take this new remake to. Omar Sy, I think he's a really cool actor, so I'm interested in seeing him in that. So could be really cool. All right. Now here are some films that might actually come out this year, but they all kind of long shots. We got an untitled film from Ethan Cohen, who, of course, one of the Coen brothers who just gave us, who of course just gave us the recent Macbeth movie with Denzel. Now this is supposed to be like a coming of age tale and a Russ Meyer inspired action sex comedy centered on a party girl who takes a trip from Philadelphia to Tennessee, to Tallahassee with her button down friend. As they cruise the bars, they find themselves mixed up in a series of misadventures involving a severed head and a hat box, a bitter ex girlfriend, a mystery briefcase, and an evil senator. Now, this does star Mark Qualley, Geraldine Vezawanan, who was really good in Blockers, and Beanie Felsing, who I loved in Booksmart. And of course, Qualley was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well. So, got some really cool cast members in this. I'm hoping this thing does come out this year because it does really sound fascinating. But it doesn't look like they haven't even shot this thing. But maybe it'll be a surprise, like a late surprise film. Who knows? All right, now we also got not the Nosferatu remake, directed by Robert Eggers. This is actually should begin shooting soon, so it might not come out in 2023, but who knows? Crazy things have happened. Now, this is pretty much a remake of the classic 1920s vampire film. This stars Bill Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, and uh, Nicholas Hoult supposed to be in this. Hey, Nicholas Hoult in another Dracula-based film. Pretty cool there. Here's what this is about: a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman in 19th century Germany and the ancient Transylvanian vampire who stalks her, bring untold horror with him. The original film of Nosferatu is really a movie that really sentiment on the vampire genre of what it is today. So I'm intrigued to see where they're going to take this new one to. Of course, Robert Eggers, directed stuff like The Witch, Lighthouse, Northman, doing this. I think this could be something really cool for him. So it could be interesting to see. All right. Now, this one also is a very long shot, but they have actually been showing this, and that is My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. I told us probably see this maybe coming out in February of next year, to be honest, yeah. But hey, the original My Big Fat Greek Wedding is one of the most highest grossing indie movies of all time, so I'm interested to see where they take this new one to. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 was actually pretty decent as well. This time around, this one's supposed to feature the Dora game, Mary, so that's going to be interesting to see. So I'm hoping this is as good. Uh, Sadly, I believe the one who played the dad, Michael Costa, I don't think he's returning because he sadly did pass away. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna honor him. But yeah, I'm interested to see where they're gonna take this new version to. And another long shot. I'm still not really sure if this actually come from Universal, but Blumhouse and Universal has teamed up before, so I could totally see this coming from Universal. And not 100% sure if this is gonna make it its 2023 release. And that is Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, of course, this is supposed to star Josh Hudson and Matthew Lillard, where a troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza while spending his first night on the job. He realizes the night shift at Freddy's won't be easy to make it true. So I'm interested to see where they're going to take this new. Of course, this is based on the very iconic video game, so I'm looking forward to check this one out. Hopefully, it comes out this year, but if not, it'll probably get released next year. So could be interesting to see because this is a movie that's been in the pipeline. It seems like forever. So I'm glad this thing is finally coming. Let's just hope it comes out this year, but we'll see. But that's pretty much all the ones I can think of. Let me let you guys. What are some of your anticipated 2023 movies coming from Universal Focus Features or even Peacock? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Sumi Sign.